right? And for example, currently I'm teaching Confucianism.
But actually,
Is the spirits of Japan, Japanese spirits.
Does this really change anything? Because whatever we see, whatever we hear, whoever we think we are, is also based on what we have seen and learned, which is doesn't change. Because I'm born in the Netherlands. I've only heard and saw things that were in my country, from my cultural background, from the collective experience of the people around me, who basically gave me an idea of how the world is functioning. But it could be completely off if you compare it to somebody who is who was born in a different kind of family, in a different.
Always you forget where is the microphone.
A different culture. So like subjective information, cultural bias. That is something of all time.
What do you want to say?
What I'm saying is that actually we are now being very scared about what is true, what is not true, and we are being fed with information that is self-reaffirming. But a lot of this has already been going on, like as far as we can remember.
Okay, well, my point more clearly. Okay, Carlos Ghosn.
Yes.
Okay, if you're going to watch internet news,
yes,
Japanese people saying, or Japanese side,
yeah,
or Westerners' opinion.
Right.
This is different.
Yes.
Clearly different.
Yes.
And this is very risky. Okay, if you're going to watch just only Japanese opinion, it is biased. Or if you're going to Westerners, their opinion might be biased, but Japanese much more biased. And
well, there's both bias. That it's not more or less bias. It's just
by the way, who's going to true story? What is a true story?
There is no such thing as a true story, because the truth is always relative.
Yeah, but what I want to say is the Carlos Ghosn case, and the other case is Iran, Soleimani assassin, and he is killed. And then what is going to happen is Japanese news and Western news, American news is everything different, right? This is very important, and they do not tell a lie, but we must be careful about which aspect we're going to evaluate kind of news information. From time goes by, this year, next year, kind of information will pervasive in the world. Then, okay, if you whom are you going to believe it? How do you think about that? I'm just confusing in the Iranian incident and Carlos Ghosn and his escape story.
So in that case, I cannot conclude. I cannot conclude who's right and who's wrong. I can only
but how do you think?
How do I think?
Yeah.
Who am I going to believe?
Yeah.
Well, I think that basically but the only thing that I do know is that both sides have an interest in selling us their side of the truth.
And one, non-Japanese lady, she can speak Japanese fluently. Just she's famous. His name is make a comment for this Carlos Ghosn story. But she obviously she tried to take a balance. Okay, which one is good, which one is bad? Just she tried to take balance, and need to consider for the Nisha side and the Ghosn side. Need to some.
It's also
consolidating.
In the Ghosn case, I mean, it's basically what you focus on. If you focus on his on the potential that he actually did criminal behavior, then we could say, well, this is a criminal who fled justice. But if you look at it from Ghosn's side, who completely forget about what he did, but basically the fact that he had been in jail for more than a year without actually a proper accusation, then you could say, well, he's absolutely right to flee the country, and he was actually fleeing from injustice. But that is only looking at the story after he was arrested, not before he was arrested. So this is a clear case that, okay, both sides have a point here. So who's right and who's wrong? I think that's not the issue here.
What do you mean?
What I'm saying is that basically, is the Western media right? Is Japan right? They're both right from the angle that they are looking at this case.
So?
Ghosn is looking at this case from so basically. There is no such thing as the truth in matters like this. The only thing that is true is the temperature and the time, and even the time we could argue that the time is not right because it's 4:30 in Japan, but actually the time in the Netherlands is 8:30 in the morning. So
still you have jet lag?
yes, still I have jet lag. Yeah, I'm a little bit jet lagged. Yeah.
When did you come back to Japan?
Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's getting better now.
Yeah, it's getting better.
Looks like still confusing.
Yeah.
Actually, eastbound is difficult to.
Yes, it's more difficult.
Okay. Let me clarify. Okay, my opinion is somebody need to be more fair judgment. Right?
No, but
No,
that's my point. Is what is fair judgment? So what is? But from it really depends on where you care to look.
Okay, my what
What
is
your
more
perspective
clarify.
is.
What Ghosn did wrong? Which area he did wrong? What did Nissan did wrong? So what kind of solution we had better recommend? Who's going to tell the truth?
Truth? Why?
Truth.
Why you need to the truth part? No?
Because many people, Japanese people and American people and European people, permanently their opinion is they have big gap. So I think for this AI and also Iranian issues, everything, my voting is Japan is isolated like before World War II, and news is very limited. And
I think
it's sort of things I'm talking about.
Okay, so basically very simple. My opinion.
Well, do you
My
understand?
opinion.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, no,
before
my
AI,
opinion, yeah.
before AI, basically, understanding of the fundamental information or understanding or mental attitude or interesting issues is we have already big gap, and AI is proceeding ahead and ahead. More gap is prevailing. This is my worries.
So Japan's side will be amplified.
More isolated.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So say something.
I say something. Well, I would actually like to come back to Ghosn's case. I think it really depends on where you look and which part of this whole case you look at. The case, I think from where it stands, if you care to look at the whole way how Japan has handled the detention of Ghosn and the legal case, Japan is absolutely wrong. They're absolutely wrong. But if you look at what happened, why he was arrested, there we cannot say whether Japan was right or wrong, but basically they screwed up by not making a good acquisition and building a proper case before arresting him, but basically arresting him and trying to confess him to basically anything. So he could be absolutely a villain and he could have embezzled lots of money, but the way it has been handled, my only conclusion is Japan screwed up. And I think the rest of the world will see it the same way, and I don't see how Japan cannot be completely ashamed of the way that that's been handled, and much more pressure put on politicians.
Only Japanese side your close your opinion. Just only the one person is your close opinion. He's speaking. This is the guy is arrested for more than 2 years in jail. Who's the name of it?
The Japanese guy or
Yeah, Japanese person.
Horiemon.
Horiemon. Yeah, he's the same
Yeah,
opinion. What he said, but
Mm.
except him, nobody not like his opinion. Google Ghosn is 100% he's wrong.
How is that possible?
Yeah, this is I think this is I feel very risky, and even including Ministry of Justice, same opinion.
Yeah.
Everybody.
But,
And,
Ministry of Justice, they have a clear interest, right? Because actually they screwed up.
they screwed. Yes, that's
yeah,
right.
but so they have a clear interest. But how come the entire Japanese population doesn't think like, hey, isn't this a bit strange to put somebody in jail without having any hard evidence that they can point their finger at? That is strange, isn't it?